The Justice Center balances the scale for poor and working class people in the state.
So the Justice Center is in its 24th year, and the mission has never changed, nor has it ever been more important than it is today, and that is to alleviate poverty and all of its effects in North Carolina.
There's been a long tradition of sitting in Raleigh and thinking about the big issues, and we've always at the Justice Center valued the input of our partners and community.
Democracy looks like.
The Justice Center staff has the capacity to do research and to be analytic and to do advocacy. The Justice Center goes across the array of poverty issues. They can avoid siloing these issues that don't tend to be in silos in people's lives. And you just don't find that anywhere else.
One of the things about working for the Justice Center is we have so many practice areas. A lot of it, all of it, is based in poverty and based in like disproportionate mistreatment of people who are impoverished versus people who aren't. A lot of this stuff is not individualized, it's systemic. And so in North Carolina, the law is very narrow until we can fix it. Now we're working on fixing it. It's important for us not only to do the direct services, but also create policy change.
You know, part of the reason we come together as a civil society is to help each other. That's what our Constitution talks about, providing for the general welfare. I think the Justice Center plays a critical role in that by highlighting areas where we could make progress, by advocating for changes that could be effective in dealing with some of the problems that we have.
Here in North Carolina, we don't have bilingual programs. Currently, the dropout rate for Hispanic kids is 42%. The needs are not being met. I felt like myself, I had no power whatsoever. Somebody else connected me with Sarah, and she was also working in some of these same issues. We both had the same interest in helping the English learners. And now that I work with the NC Justice Center, I see the power. There's power in numbers, definitely.
The history of the Justice Center and the current leadership and staffing of the Justice Center includes people who see the interplay of race and class and agricultural history as a part of the landscape that keeps poverty in place.
Soy mamá soltera, tengo dos niños hermosos. Mi hijo mayor se llama Jesús y él tiene autismo y es un niño súper inteligente, bien especial en todos los sentidos. Traje un perrito a mi domicilio para que ayudaran a mi hijo que tiene discapacidad. El perrito es un soporte emocional para mi hijo. Yo tenía problemas con el casero a raíz. Tuve 2 desalojos. Nadie se quería hacer cargo de mi caso. Prácticamente estaba sola. Me veía prácticamente en la calle. Y entonces, 2 días antes de que me tuviera que salir del lugar donde yo vivía, me habló la abogada del Centro de Justicia y me dijo que ella me iba a aceptar mi caso. Yo le agradezco al Centro de Justicia porque ellos creyeron en mí, creyeron en mi lucha por hacer valer este derecho que tiene mi hijo. Cómo me atendieron, me ayudaron. Fue una manera que brinda seguridad, confianza.
When you can write stories, particularly from the point of view of other people who are going through an experience that other people don't understand, it can bring a new perspective when people think about these issues. The journalism arm of the North Carolina Justice Center helps people understand what's happening at the ground level. It helps educate and empower and inspire people to make a change to end poverty. It's also something that we've learned is helpful for the people in power, the people who represent us every day. If they don't hear these stories, if they don't understand what their constituent is going through, how can they possibly be a voice for that person? How can they possibly represent their community if they haven't heard the stories that their communities are going through?
Every single person has a story, and our legislators need to listen to those stories. They need to hear what's really going on in our state. The reason Medicaid expansion is important to me personally is because of the journey I watched my daughter go through. The last 9 years of her life, she struggled with mental illness and with addiction, but she had no insurance and no means of getting any insurance, and so she just fell into this continuous cycle. And if we don't have conversations, we're not going to have change. If people don't come forward and tell their stories, why would you need to have change if you don't know there's a problem? Having the opportunity to share Jessica's story has been priceless. I never would have thought that I would be talking with the governor or with legislators or with any of the folks that I've met. I wouldn't have made the connections I've made without the team that, supports this cause.
The debates that we often are part of tend to minimize the role of facts or data. We believe that facts matter. We believe that good policy design requires analysis and that we need to get the input of people directly impacted into the work that we're doing. The idea of Summer Policy Institute is to build a pipeline of leaders who can connect the dots between public policy and people's well-being.
When I was invited to apply, I didn't know much or anything at all about policy. At the Summer Policy Institute, there were workshops in education, in the environment, and in public health, and I realized all these policy works I could tackle through city and regional planning. I think the program really contributed to the development of leaders that care about solving inequality and will care about fixing it.
We know that when people come to our office for help, or when we're advocating for policies regarding poverty, it has to be done in a holistic manner. And the Justice Center is designed to look in a cross-project way at all of those issues that affect a family's ability to not only economically survive, but to have a truly excellent quality of life and be the most productive people that they can be for themselves, for their families, and for our state.